Morning and welcome to my live stream on 28th of March. Very spontaneous session. As you can hear, I'm still, I gotta mute this here for a second, still on another channel which has forced me to do the live thing here. And yeah, so here I am. I gotta put on some music in a second and gonna do the have a little talk and have a little chat for maybe like an hour or something, and so that you guys can actually speak to me. Chat is open. Feel free to send a message and interact, whatever it is, and so that other people can go to sleep. And I'm gonna put on some music so that we can have some fun and let it run in the background so that we can have some entertainment here. Light is not the disco one today. Well, actually, I can put it on. Wait a second. So that you guys feel a bit more familiar with, there you go. There is a disco light. And let me see that I can grab some music so that we can have that in the background. Hello, everyone. Hey, Janet. Hello, Hilda. Mr. Banana is ready for the beans. And let me see that I can get that sorted out here a little bit. Just that we had from the... Thank you so much, Janet. So great to see you here in the chat as well. This is really spontaneously. And this is... Hey, Charity, wait a second. Let me give you the head. Let me give you the head. And there you go. Okay, so just got to put some music a little bit to get that done so that we have a little bit of gospel house. Let me see what I got here. Ting, 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 ting. Okay, let's put that here. And I'll crack some tracks so that we can have some background music. I keep it very low so that there's no copyright issues this time, and that people are actually enjoying. Hello, Maria. So that people are actually having some fun whilst listening to whatever it is coming up. So I just keep the beats. It will be very, very low sound in the background, but I still, you guys, hope that you guys can still hear me. And yeah, so here I am. So this is for those who came from the other channel just now, because someone wants to go to sleep. Obviously, in the States, it's very late in the evening. Here it is like 5:47 in the morning, and I would have like an hour or something to be online, spend some time with you guys, talk about music, or if there's any question that you want to ask about the DJ setup or all the other things that are coming up the next couple of weeks. So then we can actually do that regularly. Cool. How can I look straight into the camera if the chat is rolling and if I have to look on another screen to get some music in here? And yeah, but I'm now looking straight to the camera. There you go, Maria, just for you. Now get scared and have nightmares. So there you go. And okay, oh, the Nomad. Wait a second. Let me give you the, let me give you the blue jacket. Let me give you the blue jacket as well. There you go. Now you look a bit more dressed, and not at all gray naked and stuff like that. So yeah, so here I am. Now you can hear me. And for those who haven't heard that before, I think you might have followed the discussion that I have used to live in Nigeria when I was a little kid. And everyone who did not hear it so far, I can still do a little bit pidgin English, and which is like the Nigerian people, now the haters will say that I try to make fun of the Nigerian people. But the real people who understand me will know that I sound like a Nigerian with a concussion. Just, okay, we have a Nigerian in the house, here you go. And yeah, so that's what I always say. And whenever I'm surrounded by Nigerians, I'm really getting back into Pidgin really fast. And yeah, so it's just me. I'm not trying to make fun of anyone, just yeah, just getting familiar with the sound again. I love the African accent when they speak English. I really do. It's part of my childhood, and therefore, yeah, it's always nice to hear that again. That's why the reason why I'm going to channels like from Maria, from Hilda, and Goga, and all these people who have this lovely attitude, and also have this wonderful, yeah, the wonderful, how do I say? Well, a wonderful environment that they create with their channels, and I really love that. And yeah, so therefore, make sure that you guys, if you haven't done already so, please connect to each other, because this is how the community is growing, and I think this is really cool, that how that works. And once I get monetized, you can all become members as well. That would take another year, I guess, as far as I have done some mathematics on it. So yeah, all of you guys, just want to say that if you want to hear some more music just then from me, we have Master CTRL in the channel as well here. Please also connect to him. He's a great DJ from Brazil, and he's doing regular live sets mostly on a daily basis. And especially those who live in the United States or on the American continent have a way better chance to listen to that stuff live than I have, because for me it's always super late in the night, or actually super early in the morning. Today was a bit different because today I have kind of a day off. And yeah, so recently actually I spoke to Master CTRL about something very certain, which is actually music related, and I can actually show you that real quick, because yeah, I cannot wait for it to come, to be honest. But here's the thing, I have actually decided, or you know, done some research on a couple of things, and I have decided to actually go for a new DJ hardware setup, and have decided to get myself an upgrade, and I'll show you the differences so that you actually can see what I'm talking about, and just that you have the idea on how it's going to look like. So currently, let me see if I find something. All right, here we go. So currently, let me show you my current DJ setup. So this here, wait a second, let me turn the camera around. So this is my current setup. This is my 2 decks with 2 controllers here, as I've shown you in my last talking live. So this is my current one. You have all these funny juggling wheels. You can, as you see, you can rewind the track while playing and all that stuff. You can do a lot of funny things, doing the sound effects and all that. So that is really cool. But recently Traktor has released a very new thing, and this is how it's going to look like. This is the new version. So as you see, old version with 2 controllers, new version, and that has got 4 controllers here. It has a lot of amenities up here for the sound effects. It has a lot of amenities here, because here's the thing, it only has 2 juggling wheels, as you see, but the good thing is, let me see if it works. So this one is even turning around if I want to. So you can actually do that here with a button here if you want it. And then there's the sound effects. It's very similar to what I have at the moment. But at the end of the day, you can do kind of, so you have 4 sound lines, as you see here, instead of the 2 that I have here. So the good thing is with this one, I can actually really do live performances with tracks that are on my computer. I can cut snippets of them, and then can actually create complete new music without even dealing with copyright issues. Here you see, you have some more sound effects, you have the stuff like that. and you have some more haptic things. So this is really haptics, it's really moving. Similar to, you can also set the BPMs and all that stuff a bit easier, which makes work a bit more convenient for the DJ when mixing live. And therefore, I will have to prepare a couple of pre-recorded live sessions before I get this, so that then I have the opportunity to then also have the opportunity to get into this new machine, because there's quite some learning coming up with it. And currently I'm also working with a software called Ableton Live, or trying to. So just that you had a little insight. Trying to get more into composing as well, so that there's no problem anymore with copyright issues, or that I also get monetized a little bit faster maybe when doing music. So with the new tool that I'm going to purchase, it's going to be, I wouldn't say tricky, but it's going to be very much, yeah, what can I say? There's a lot of learning included. I mean, everyone who gets new DJ material knows that you have to get used to it in the first place to play, especially when you have 4 lines instead of only 2, and therefore it is really cool to play around with it a little bit and find out first, get the feeling, get the vibes on whatever it is, and therefore it is a cool thing. So it is really nice from you guys, by the way, to be here at this time of the day. I don't know how late it is at your place. I know it in Brazil it's like very late evening, or not even just, well, it's 1 o'clock in the morning almost, right, Master? 1 o'clock in the morning. And in the United States, I believe it's like midnight as well, at least. And I think so. Hilda, what time is it at yours? You're just getting up again, right? You didn't sleep at all, did you? And yeah. I always prefer to be Mr. Beans rather than the father, to be honest. But at the end of the day, it is how it is. So coming up, just for you to know, this Saturday, so tomorrow, I'll do another live session for approximately an hour and a half, maybe a little more, to play the promised gospel sound, gospel tracks part 2. It was requested from many guys of you who saw me in the robe, like I believe 2 weeks ago or something. And then Father Ragus will actually be back on screen on Saturday, 4 p.m. German time, which I believe is 10 a.m. Eastern Standard, and which would be like 6 p.m. Kenyan time. And Nigerian time also 4 p.m. Nigeria and Germany are in the same time zone. So therefore, gotta get that sorted out, and gotta play a little bit like an hour and a half to not miss other people's channel parties or overcross with them. And banana smoothie. Banana smoothie with whipped cream I would only offer to one person at this moment. I think I don't have to say more. And therefore, yeah, it is always cool being surrounded by you wonderful people. So it's like getting to be 6 a.m. here in the morning. And for me, it's a really chill day because it's a day off. I have a doctor's appointment later on, but other than that, trying to play around with the new programming music program that I'm working with, and ordering the DJ stuff, and then see what's gonna happen. And yeah, let me change the track here a little bit, just for some other sound purposes. Let me see what I can do here. Bass is still up. Okay. Having a little bit higher tone in the voice, in the bass. Now now we add some melody for a change. So this is some house music that I played like 2 weeks ago, and let's put this a bit better together. All right, here you go again. Right. So this is actually a snippet of a tool from Johnny Dangerous, and it's from the set list from 2 weeks ago, and the track is called "Calling You Lord," for those who want to know. And yeah, so this is what I do. It's just so for what you guys maybe don't realize is that when a DJ is playing a set, for a lot of DJs, I think Master sent me something about that recently. It looks very easy, you know, when you just press some buttons and do some stuff, and but to get really good at that, or to have an audience listening to it for longer than 2 minutes, it is a lot of pre-work that you do behind the scenes. So for instance, for the gospel set that I played 2 weeks ago, I used like I think I played 2 hours and a little bit live, and I used altogether like 5 or 5.5 hours, not in a row, but altogether to actually pre-listen to the tracks and see how they fit together. So you create a track list, you create a set list for the tracks that you play, and then obviously you also have to make sure that you have a track together. Wait a second. So that this all fits for a set of whatever time you want to play. If you go to a club these days, and if you go to a house or techno club these days, then usually you can dance constantly for like up to 6-7 hours in a row, depending on how good the DJ is prepared, and that means that you can then see that there's normally like a growing. The set is growing whilst it plays. So that means that it starts maybe like with a tempo like I play now. I'm currently at 125 beats per minute, which is pretty housey tempo, and then usually it gets faster and faster. So if you remember my set from yesterday, where I played mostly trance, you can actually build it up from a low tempo like this one, and then actually go higher and higher in the beats with the time. So actually, I'll do this just a little louder, just for a second. Let me get this. So just that you understand, this is the 125 BPM. And actually, if you do this on the controller, wait a second, I'm going to show you this. So you can actually gain the speed, which is like this. So this would sound totally different, way faster. So we bring it back to normal. And if you see that if you sometimes go into a club these days, you cannot smoke in there anymore. If you go into a club these days and you start dancing on a tempo like this, like 120, 125 BPM, you will very sure understand that when you go out for a break, for some fresh air, like after an hour or something, and then you go back inside, you actually realize that the speed of the BPM of the beats has actually, the amount of BPM, beats per minute, has actually increased a little bit since you have started dancing. And then when you go back to dancing, you actually realize relatively fast that you have to move a bit more than before. Oh, and answering the question from Maria, I've been DJing the first time a little more than 30 years ago in clubs. Oh gosh, I was young, and I played with vinyls back then. So there was 2 vinyl record players and the mixing part, and then then you had to put one track after the other. Now, these days, on the machines that we have, the DJs have, there exists the magic sync button, which helps a lot of people to actually grow into the DJ thing, which we did not have back then. So when you mix one record into the other, from the vinyl perspective, that means that at the end of the day, you are really cool when you really get a good movement, but you have to pre-listen to every single record. You have to really take the time, do some test overlays from transitions from one record to the other, because let's say it as it is. Once you fuck up and over a transition from one record to the other, you cannot take that back. It's like a funeral, right? You only have a one shot. So that's why we do all the pre-listening with the headphones. I showed you that in my other live before, so that we actually can be very sure that when we start the transition from one record to the other, then the transition is kind of valuable. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. If you have, for example, the bass drum going dum 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 dum, but it's not really parallel, and then it doesn't make sense because people getting annoyed, even those who are not into the DJing stuff. So people get annoyed if the transitions are really bad, and then they leave the dance floor, and yeah. So at the end of the day, but nowadays it is a lot more digital. But then again, also when you do a live session, like for instance I did yesterday, you might have noticed that for those who have been there, that I have not really paid it. I didn't really have a big chance to pay attention to the chat because I was mixing live, so you have to put the tracks together into the player. You know, you have to pre-listen to them. You have to get the transition from one track to the other ready to go. Obviously, also I'm always creating a track list of the mixes that I do. So you might have noticed that when you go to my when you visit the channel of mine and go through the videos or go through the live sessions that you can also watch at any time afterwards, there's always a track list of the mix in the comments. So that means that you can always see what title have I played, what artist was the title from, and so on and so on. So that credits are going to the right place, and therefore it is like a cool thing for you guys also to follow up if you are on Spotify or something, if you want to listen to the tracks again in the original speed and all that. Therefore it is a cool thing. At the end of the day, it is really very helpful for us as well. For instance, the DJs, and I think Master Control can actually confirm that, we really want to try to avoid to repeat ourselves too much with the same tracks. Obviously, if you play in 3 clubs at the night, in one night or in a couple of days, you can play the same set. But then again, people who follow you in clubs, for instance, they don't really want to hear the same track situation like every time. They want you to kind of refurbish the tracks or refurbish the set list on a regular basis. Otherwise it's getting too boring, and boredom is the worst thing that you can give to an audience. That's why people like Master Control or like myself or like DJ Scon, who gave me the pleasure yesterday also to be around in my live session, we really try to change the set lists every now on a regular basis, or in our case on YouTube on every set, because it doesn't make sense to play the same set like this Saturday and then the same gospel set next Saturday, because then you guys would say, hey, come on bro, you played that the last time, why do you play the same shit again? You know, that's what we not do. So and therefore it is always cool to be a bit in exchange, also to watch. That's what I do regularly. I watch Master Control regularly, listen to his tracks that he's playing. He's way younger than I am, and he has, of course, a total different view on music than I have. Obviously, I listen to some of the star DJs, but not those who are played in radio, but those who play big events now, but really grew like in small clubs, like Carl Cox, for instance. He's my personal god. Carl Cox is the DJ god now, and I can only encourage you guys, go see Carl Cox videos on YouTube, and then you see what a real artist is doing with record decks. Carl Cox is he started. I was support DJ for him in 1994 in our club where I was resident back then. So I played just before him, and again, we are talking about the times when vinyls were on the decks. And the interesting thing was, while I was playing with 2 decks, a technician from the club came and installed a 3rd one. And I was like, hey, mother effer, what the hell are you doing? And he said, yeah, Carl is coming. And I said, yeah, I know Carl is coming. Well, what the fuck are you doing? I'm playing here right now. Yeah, he said, you will see. So after that, while I was playing, the last 15 minutes or something, Carl came, he put his 5 or 6 record boxes that he had with him. So he had like 300 records with him, vinyl, by the way. And so he started playing right after me, and I did not, and I swear to God this is true, I did not move an inch away from the DJ booth after I played for another 6 hours. Because he was playing live with 3 record decks, and we're talking about vinyl again, nothing digital at all. This is 31 years ago. So he played with 3 record decks at the same time. So he mixed them all together, so there was one beat. And the melodies have changed, of course, frequently, because he was changing the records whilst playing 3 of them at the same time. So literally, this was insane. It was like he being a robot, kind of. And in the end of the day, the good thing is that then you see who got the real hardcore skills, and this is like awesome. And yeah, so therefore it is always cool to have a little look around at that. Let me change the music a little bit. So there you go. Okay, getting a bit more melody into this, maybe a little bit less beats than for the moment. Put the beat back on later. So this is a bit about the background stories, about those, how we all get started and who we look up to and all that. And again, strong recommendation, look for some DJs that do house and techno music for a long time. Richie Houghton, for instance, Carl Cox, other people like Sven Väth from Germany, legend as well from the techno area. I can actually put that in the chat real quick. Carl Cox, Richie Houghton, Sven Väth. And you can actually have a look there and see those things. Hey Goga, my man. Good morning, Mr. Goga. I am looking very forward to your party on Sunday. And yeah, so those names are legends for us DJs, and this is really cool. If that is who I learned from, and now the next generation, like Master Control, is learning from those people as well. And this is really cool now with YouTube and all the other opportunities that you have in the online world, that you can actually follow those masters of DJ decks, and see what you can actually take out of it, and then try to keep it on a at least clean level of transitioning music from one track to the other. And yeah, that's why I like it. And the reason, I think I've revealed that in a live before, but the reason why I'm doing that now is because of COVID. COVID hit 5 years ago. Surprisingly, everyone knows about it because we have all been affected by it. But at the end of the day, I got a little bored like 4 years ago, 4+ years ago now, and that's how I said, okay, what can I do? So I bought the DJ deck that I'm currently using, and some speakers and stuff, and got familiar to the software, got familiar to how to stream and all these things, and how to upload videos and all that, and that's how my channel started 4 years and 1 day ago, and 2 days ago. We're on the 28th already, and as you remember, for those who have been there, 2 days ago, I celebrated 4 years with the World of Ragus, and had the chance to look back also and reflect on the time, because it was really interesting to see how those things are growing, meeting all these wonderful people that you meet on YouTube and that you meet on other occasions. For instance, if you ask some channel owners, hey, how you do this, how you do that, and some of them do give you advice, some of them don't. Some of them are real buttholes, but most of them were really friendly and giving me advice, and hey, try this program, for instance, for streaming. I'm with another program than Master Control is, but at the end of the day, it works, and that's the most important thing, and people then hopefully enjoy what I'm broadcasting, and therefore it is a cool thing to do, and it's fun, and that's what I mostly like doing it for. Found a way now, I think, to get a bit more monetized on in the let's say mid-future. Would take quite some time, but at the end of the day, this is not the main purpose on me doing that, because at the end of the day, I think it is important that people who are actually listening to it enjoy it and have them fun and come back. And I think everyone who is a channel owner here, which most of the people are, can confirm that value is everything. And value means that you give something to the people who are watching that actually entertains them, that actually makes them thinking, that actually makes them talking about it, that actually makes them having a good time, or having a thoughtful time, or even maybe having a sad time if the topic, whatever is discussed, is a bit more serious. And music is the key to everything as far as I'm concerned, but as you see, I can talk too, even in legit sentences. So at the end of the day, now waiting for some beans and banana answers, but at the end of the day, I think it is very important that people are understanding those channel hosts, like Goga is one, like I have one, like I'm one, like Scone DJ is one. We all try to put some value onto what we do. And I think that is the most important thing, that people understand, that we really try to make whatever we do, that we do it good. And that is the most important thing, I think, to bring value and to bring whatever it is that we do that with a passion in the first place, and that we try to get a good thing sorted out in a good way. So let me get some beats back, so that you guys don't feel asleep. There you go. This time without a transition. At the end, this is what we do. And I think, especially if I can really recommend you guys, go and see Goga's upcoming 5 years party. It's this week. And also go and see his Sunday services on a regular basis, because that is entertainment pure. It is very deep going. It is pretty much spoken gospel, if you want. And it's very much cherishing life and discussing all aspects of life. He has live panelists there on a regular basis, and on the other hand, it is very deep going. Still, it is a lot of fun. There's a lot of laughter, there's a lot of serious discussions, and I would really strongly recommend to watch that on a regular basis, because this is really great value that I see there on a regular basis, and it's really it is really cool to see how people are really discussing in the chat there on the topic that is actually given. There is so much response, and poor Goga always has to host the show, talk to the panelists and see the chat and put the highlights of the chat in the thing. I really raise my hat for that on you, bro, because you really do that awesome. So I understand how exhausting that is doing that, because I was in a similar situation yesterday, but I didn't even talk to anyone. I just played music. So at the end of the day, yeah, so that is so it is really impressive to see. And for those who are still here and watching, Master CTRL, Master Control, for those who live on the American continent in particular, also make sure that you listen to his sets on a regular basis. He's playing awesome music. And also, and I think this is, coming back to the learning point, this is really cool when you look on other people's channels, not in a perspective of jealousy, but in a perspective of, hey, this is really cool what he's doing. Maybe I should try something similar as well. Not copying that, but trying something similar. So for instance, Master CTRL has a great idea, telling the people, hey, send me your personal track list of whatever favorite music you have, and I will see if I can do a mix out of that. And I think that is really a cool thing, because then people feel appreciated, and still everyone else can actually listen to it. And the DJs kind of, how do I say, challenge then is, of course, to create a mix out of that thing and tell a complete new story of those tracks of the particular person. And I heard tonight, I heard a great set of a mixture of 80s, 90s, but in a complete new context with more electronic parts, of course, but with a complete new context and with a complete new mixture on how those tracks were together. And that is what I try to do as well, to tell a story of like 2 hours when I create a mix or when I do a live session. You literally tell a story, and you tell how this actually looks like when you tell the story. The framework is the certain pieces of music that you have, or the single tracks that you have, and you have to tell a story as a DJ. This is more or less what it is without the microphone. You're a storyteller without a microphone, and that's what you do. And that is actually what we do. The cool thing is really that when you listen to your own mixes as a DJ in the aftermath, you really get to understand, what did I actually tell the people? What can I tell them differently next time? What can I do better next time? How can I actually improve my sets that I'm playing? How can I put more spices into the music that some other artist has created for me to play that to the audience? This is the cool thing of playing music, because you do have a certain track, which you hear in the background now, a little bit bass drum and stuff. So you have a little track, and then you think about, okay, what am I going to do with this? How can I make this more spicy? You put some little extra sound effects on it. You put some little whatever. You mix some beats in it and stuff like that. And then you transit it from one track to the other. You do a great transition. But the question always, what you have to ask yourself as a DJ is, would this really fit? Not only by melody or beats or something, but would this actually match to the other track, which then leads to the other track, which then leads to the other track, while you do all the mixing with the juggling wheels that you have. And in the end of the day, I think it is a really cool thing to play around with that and have some good ideas, some good fun, and literally getting to have this kind of conversation with the people. So for instance, Goga is, so you should never forget, on YouTube, and I mean all the channel hosts know that, on YouTube you are the only one literally speaking or literally on screen, doing whatever. If it is music, or if it is talking to people, or if it is whatever it is, you're the only one who is actually visible on screen. And then On the other hand, you are then seeing what people are in the chat are saying, if they say something. There's a lot of people in the bushes playing with their beans, but there's a lot of people also interacting in the chat, which I usually do. And therefore, if you look at it from their perspective, so therefore, at the end of the day, it is like you still kind of interact with each other, right? So the audience in the chat is interacting with that you kind of hope for any kind of reaction that you see. Okay, people like it, people don't like it. I mean, the like button is one thing, but the other question is, of course, that you are going to kind of, how do I say, that you kind of hope for any kind of positive reaction, that you know, okay, this is going on. In the club, it's a total different story. You see people dancing or not dancing. If they don't dance, you do something seriously wrong. And therefore, this is a cool thing to do. So I'm doing something what I usually never do on camera, as you might have noticed when I'm on live. I'm gonna have a cigarette now with you guys, because it is 6:25 in the morning. Didn't sleep much this night, to be honest, but have got a couple of things to do today, so I cannot go to sleep now, because that would be insane. But I'm awake enough, don't worry about it. And sometimes it's always good to have some spontaneous thing going on. And therefore, if you guys have any questions on whatever it is, you let me know. And I'll see what can I see, what kind of nice track I have here for some more stuff to mix in. I'll put some more hi-hats. So let me get this done. All right. So there was another transition, just one little track to the other, and again, no biggie. And this is what I do, what I spend a lot of my free time with, just listening to tracks, pre-listening to tracks, because I do not only create playlists for one mix at a time. I always try to create like playlists for 5 or 6 mixes at the time, so that whenever I do something, that I'm prepared. That, for instance, the mix that I played yesterday or the day before yesterday for my 4 years anniversary, that was prepared already like a week and a half before, completely done, completely set up, completely put into a folder, so that yesterday I had the pleasure to just to only play it around, mix around a little bit, and enjoy the time. And yeah, so I always try to have like 5 or 6 mixes or track lists separately from each other, ready to mix around with, so that people can actually just kick back, relax, have a good time, having the opportunity to enjoy what I do, to have the chance to you want to make yourself okay, go guys, send ahead, you know how to find me. And so at the end of the day, this is what we do as DJs, and I have to admit, and I'm not sure what Master would actually say to that, but for me personally, the challenge to entertain people as a DJ is bigger on YouTube than in a club. Because usually, here's the thing, when you're booked as a DJ somewhere, you know someone is taking care of the people, of the advertise, of the commercials for the event, or it's a club which has a regular door, like 2-3 days a week or something, and people are coming. But on YouTube, you never know what's going to happen. I remember my first live, which is like literally like 2 or 3 years ago. I had 2 viewers in 2 hours. One of them stayed 5 minutes, the other stayed 7 minutes. So the rest of the time I played for myself. And on the other hand, the thing is that if you then you go to a club, and if you're, for instance, the support DJ for a big star, like for instance if Carl Cox plays and you're the one before, you at least know that you have an audience in front of you that is ready to party. On any hi Helen, happy to have you back. On any other on every other thing, like on YouTube, whatever, you have no idea what's going to happen. Even though if you have subscribers, I have quite some of them, you never know if any one of them is going to come, because there's other channels, there's other lives, there's other things. People have their own channel and do their lives and stuff like that, and therefore it is like a weird thing to understand if there's anyone coming, because you don't see a queue in front of the door because you're not going to any physical club. You just open your channel and you do your thing, and you do your live thing, and try to understand how things go, and you try to understand on how it's people, and you don't see the mimics of the people. You only see the chat. Obviously, you see some nice emojis and whatever it is, but deep memories. The famous rapper Nas once said, "Sleep is a cousin of death." Just that you know. No, but on a serious note, the thing is, you don't know what's going on. You don't know what people are doing when they listen to whatever you do, because I would say 95% of people who are having a channel streaming on their computer, not as a host, but as a viewer, they do other things. They go to another channel parallel, they iron their clothes, they cook their food, or go to the bathroom, or whatever it is. But at the end of the day, it is like you have to connect, and once you connect to people, when there's a certain connection, and I see that on Master Control's channel, I see that on Goga's channel in particular, I see the vibrations there, and there's not even music unless someone donates something and he puts his funny water sprinkler on. But there's not even music, and people are super entertained, and there's super vibrations in there, and there's super energy in there. And I really have to say, for that, Goga, raising my head, my virtual one, one more time, because that is really what I say is like awesome. Or if you go to the channel of Captain Kirk 3 or Captain Kirk 1, I don't know how many Captain Kirks he has. There's quite a lot of energy going on these people, and they don't even play music. So they, in my opinion, have a lot harder work to do than I do, or go to the channel of Hilda on a regular basis, because those people, or Unfiltered Maria, most of them have been there tonight. They only talk. They don't even play music. I have the way easier thing to do, because I don't even talk unless I do a session like this. I just play the tracks. I just play music, and people can talk in the chat. But that's also a bit tricky, because if I play the wrong music, for instance, and stuff like that, then people run and maybe don't come back, you know. And Hey Rahila, very nice to meet you. Happy day, happy Friday. So, oh, Lizzie is in the building. Let me get the holy hat on right away before I forget it. And there you go. There's your jacket. And yeah, so the thing is that you really have to make sure how to connect to the people. Some people can do it more with the talking. Some people can do it a lot more with the music. Some people do, I don't know. I have seen so many weird things on YouTube the last couple of years. I've mentioned that in the chat today when we were talking about that on Maria's channel. I cannot understand that there are people sleeping with a pancake face on the camera. The only thing you see is this huge pancake face of them. That's how I call it. And they're sleeping. Some of them even snoring. And they get freaking donated all the time, like super chats and the stickers and all these funny things and memberships. And I have no clue. And then when I see people like all of us, you know, Master Control, Scon DJ, Captain Kirk, Goga, Maria, Hilda, and all these people who really put value into it, who really spend time with the people. And they can be happy if one person donates something during an entire session. And I'm not talking about membership, I'm talking about the super sticker thing, for instance. And I'm like, what? Pancake Face is sleeping again, has got 300, 400 viewers, 5 million subscribers, and gets super stickers every 2 minutes? Jesus, that's insane. But then again, I'm not jealous of them because, in my opinion, okay, happy for them, they get whatever they get. But I think it is also cool that people who are able to, well, just contribute something for a bit more deep going, like most of my wonderful YouTube friends do. I mean, come on, why not, right? It's better. It's better. Rather having rather than just sitting there doing nothing. I was really thinking about jokingly to create a second channel, play some game just for myself, not even an online game or something, just some old school game, and broadcast that on YouTube Live and see how that would go. That would most likely bring me a lot more viewers and subscribers than I might have and do that on Restream and then see how that goes. And yeah, therefore, it is interesting to see if I see all those inspiring people like you guys who have their own channels. I've mentioned your names enough now for a moment, so that you don't have to fly away or something. that brings me so much ideas and how to think of how can I actually maybe get some good ideas as well, and how can I actually improve myself or not necessarily improving, but getting the idea of how I can actually grow my channel a little better, and what can I observe from other people. That's what I'm always looking for. I'm never jealous of anyone who has reached certain goals. I envy certain skills, but I never am jealous about the person or whoever is behind there, and therefore it is very cool to learn from each other and to see how it is. By the way, this track that you hear, at least that you hear the bass drum from, it's from 2-4 Soul, and the track is called God Lives in Me. Let me actually put that in the chat so that you have something in case you want to have some 2-4 Soul, and it's God Lives in Me. There you go. And in the end of the day, I think it is very, very nice to understand the commitment that people do, because a lot of people, I see that on chats in other constellations. I see that there's a lot of haters out there, and there's a lot of stupid people out there trying to trying to, you know, pick on people who do something on YouTube. And I think everyone who runs their own channel, there should be a very kind of understanding from the users who just consume that, what is on the channel, that there's a lot of work behind it for those who bring value, actually, that there's work behind it, that there is, what can I say, that there is, you know, passion behind it, and that there is really time that, for instance, I invest for my channel also behind the scenes when there's no camera on, by creating this stuff. I know that Goga is, and everyone who has got a channel is doing a lot of work behind it and thinking about, okay, what can I do next? For instance, I was thinking about what tracks am I going to play for this Saturday afternoon session when I do my gospel part 2, because I really want to avoid to repeat myself with the music, just put the tracks in another order or something. That would not be useful. But I think so it's a lot of preparing in the background, what people don't see, and there's a lot of things that you do what people don't see, and therefore yeah, it is a lot of there's a lot of passion that we all channel hosts put into this, and therefore I think it is good that we have people who we can trust, that we can do the moderator, give the moderator status, and so that people, when, for instance, when I play a live set and people are getting picky in there, that they can just be kicked out by one of you guys. And I think that is a good thing to have, so that we can support each other, kind of, if that makes any sense. Wow, I'm just seeing that I'm reaching the hour almost, Lord. Time is passing by very fast. Is there anything you want me to ask? Is there anything particular you want me to talk about before I repeat myself again? Just asking. I can tell some funny German jokes, but then again I might get banned from YouTube. And yeah, but again, if you guys want to have any particular questions answered, feel free to actually ask them, and very happy to answer at any time. Yeah, it is coffee indeed. It's my, when did I get online? Like 3.5 hours, 4 hours ago, when I went to Master's channel. I think this is my 4th cup of coffee of this size since then. And before there's any commercial for a certain country asked to be done, this is coffee from Costa Rica. Today it's coffee from Costa Rica. So yeah, and so this is what we do. As you see, my head is always moving around with the music. And yeah, this is what we do. So maybe just one little thing I would like to again make very sure. And by the way, I'm gonna put that in, put that here on the pin real quick. So make sure you please connect to the pin, because he's celebrating his 5-year anniversary on YouTube with a huge event this coming weekend. And please make sure that you have subscribed to his channel and that you show some love and appreciation. So please all go and connect to the pin. So, and then you can actually celebrate with him, be in the chat, see his panel, see the service that he does, and having your creative set here where it may be used without your consent. Well, this is a good question, Goga. Well, first of all, the music that I play is copyrighted anyway, so I don't have any right on the music whatsoever. The content that I'm creating, like this one here, I don't care if somebody is using it or not, because I don't really think about that far. But the content to keep exclusive from a DJ perspective, maybe I can answer that, is if I created a set of tracks for a 2 hour or whatever set I'm playing, regardless if it is pre-recorded, like usually I do on Wednesdays, or if it is live, like on Saturdays. I always go with a gut feeling, so to speak. So nobody can copy my gut feeling. Nobody can do that. Like nobody can copy the style that you speak to people on a panel. Nobody can copy that. They can try, but nothing will reach the original. Obviously, a lot of tracks that I'm playing are played already elsewhere as well, because it is a matter of fact that people do like certain tracks, and they can. The searching algorithms now are, for the people who are looking for something, is totally different. So how do I keep it exclusive? I just keep my style, to be honest. And as long as it is copyrighted music, I don't have any influence anyway on what people are doing with it. Though on YouTube Studio, you can actually see if people can use it for frameworks or not, as far as I'm concerned, but I don't really bother about that at the moment. Currently, to get my own style kind of born, so to speak, it is that you are sooner or later, I'm trying to create my own tracks, trying to work on a program without kicking it out of the window. Once that is done, I have to definitely take more care about that, for sure, once I have released my own first track on YouTube or wherever. Gotta get that done. And by the way, lovely Lizzie, don't worry, I do not travel to those countries to get the coffee there and then travel back home for a cup of coffee. It is just that that you can purchase coffee from all over the place now in the internet or something, and you just get that done. So next time when I want to have a cup of coffee from Brazil, I'm gonna take an airplane to Rio de Janeiro, travel 2 hours by car, go to Master Control's house, get me a cup full of coffee beans, travel all the way back, have a cup of coffee at home. No, Deep Memories is my hobby. I used to DJ a long time ago in clubs, but it was never my main job. I wish it was, but especially these days with all the online and the product piracy and all that, you cannot live from it anymore. Especially not when if I would start it right now. It would always be a hobby, and it would always be my passion. Obviously, I wish I could live from it, but money wise, no. Realistically, that will never happen. And I mean, talking about the young guys like Master Control here in the room, we all wish we could live from it, but you need to have at least one world hit to be in the charts all over the place. But here's the thing. If you consider the fact that with Spotify and everything and all the payment regularities that are there these days, you don't get much money out of it anymore, even though you crash a world hit. That time is over. That was back then until 30 years ago, when there was records and CDs and everything. But nowadays you go to Spotify, you pay, what is it, €15 a month for the paid version without commercials, and you can listen to whatever track you want at any time, 24/7. But the artist only gets a couple of cents or a couple of dollars for it after a certain time of streaming a certain track or whatever. The rest of the money goes to Spotify. That's how it works. Just for instance, so living from it, unless you have your own label, unless you have a great management behind it, so people that you have to pay, some composers that help you, some texters that help you with text and stuff, that all costs money as well. So you have to invest first, then throw it on the market, hoping that people who are overconsumed with music these days, that are really, I don't know, what can I say? So how would you focus someone's attention on one certain track, on one certain album? If you watch TV these days, and I don't know how it is in your country, Deep Memories, I have the feeling that you don't really see any adverts anymore for CDs or any kind of music whatsoever. It is by you find it by coincidence. You like an artist, let's say for instance you like Metallica. Okay, you go to Metallica, you go to Spotify, you put a Metallica track or 2 or 3 or 4, and then step by step Spotify creates these albums for you, your top 6 album, your top rock album, your top techno album or whatever. So you don't search anymore by yourself, right? You don't look for new music. What is where's the new underground DJ from my town, or where's the new underground DJ from Munich or something? You don't look at that anymore. So it's really hard. It would be really hard and unrealistic to talk about living from creative music. I spoke to a friend of mine recently, and this is interesting. He's working in a childcare, like in a dating kindergarten. In a main job, and he's a super brilliant producer, DJ, and stuff like that. And he's really, really good in what he's doing. And I asked him just recently, "Hey, bro, what's going on?" And you still work you still work like mainly in the kindergarten for the main job? And he said, "Yeah, of course I do. You cannot live from music." He does it as a hobby like I do, and he appreciates it, and he really puts a lot of time into it, but living from it is obsolete to think about. I hope that answers your question, Deep Memories. Goga, the AI-generated music, yeah, that is a tricky topic to talk about. Here's why. In my opinion, it will never, it is relatively easy to do if you know where to look. I honestly tried it on ChatGPT. Tried, hey, can you create me a track of this XYZ and ZYX and put some of this, put some of that, and it was crap what came out of there. Honestly speaking, music is like a handwork. Like if you build a house, you have to put the stones to each other. And with music, you have to find the right tones, the right tacting. You have to find the right harmonies. You have to find out, especially if it comes to electronic music, do you want to add vocals, do you not? How do you want to assemble all that together that you get the story told in the electronic music world between 3.5 and maximum 7 minutes? And Goga, you and I, we have a little, let's say, as you know, art project going on to be delivered to me one day. You cannot do that on artificial intelligence. You have to have someone thinking about it, using his brain, using his hands, and getting those things done. And I really find it ridiculously bad, for instance, and for me it is shocking that people now pay entrance going to AI music. So this is maybe a good example. You might have you all know the band ABBA from the 70s, you know, this 4 Swedish people who did great songs. And people now pay a shitload of money to go to a concert hall to visit an AI concert, so to speak, with avatars on stage. And I was like, what in the Lord's name? Why would people do that? I mean, seriously? I mean, why? Right? Why? I mean, it is like, I can also watch it at home. I can watch the real ABBA on YouTube at any time, 24/7. Why would I go to a concert hall, pay a shitload of money to watch not even robots, but avatars? I mean, seriously? This is like the destroyment of the music industry, in my personal opinion. I mean, there's a lot of things. Yeah. The question is always, in my opinion, music is, and this is really, and Goga is right what he wrote. It is like really true to the art. Whatever you do, it is like staying true to the art. Hey Haresh, welcome. And art has, for me, nothing to do with artificial intelligence, being perfectly honest. Not in the music part. I mean, there's a lot of things with AI, and I'm working for a company that is focusing on those topics, AI and software and stuff, that obviously it is super helpful for a lot of things, autonomous driving, medical care, and all these things. But I think some things should not be touched by that. And this is music, for instance. Or I could never imagine going to Goga's channel, for instance, if it wasn't Goga speaking there, but if it was some funny avatar. Goga, no offense, don't get me wrong, but this was just an example, but I guess you know what I mean. And I think, yeah, Jay, you're right. You can find the stuff without Spotify, and it needs digging, but you and I, we old school, but the kids today, they don't want to dig anymore. They want to have a snip. They want to have it right now. Like right now. I want something? Okay, give it to me now. What do you mean? Amazon is only delivering it tomorrow, not today? I want it now. Come on. So they look for same-day delivery or something like that. And it's the same with the music. So, and a lot of people, especially the young generation, as far as I'm concerned, maybe the young people here can confirm or deny that. A lot of young people, they are not eager to dig anymore. I don't see any young people on the flea market looking for something that they would like to grab first, or like they want to feel first, they want to buy something first. No, they go online, tuck, have it here in 2 hours, and boom, off you go. And oh yeah, like listen to an album start to finish. Honestly, if I ever purchase a CD, which I still do here and there from a certain band or a certain artist, I still this is my ritual, and this is really true. I actually go to sit down on my computer, take everything else off. Well, not take everything else off, but switch everything else off, like TVs and whatever there is. I put on some nice background, like a campfire or something, and then listen to the album from the very beginning to the very end. It's literally like an hour or something, and an hour, 10 minutes maybe, and then the album is done. And yeah, and this is what I do. And putting in another track, putting some more vibes, trying to see what I can get here. Just a little tone of the bass drum for a moment at least. Putting some melody and even some voice for the moment. Woo-hoo. And this is, by the way, Dana Divine, Sweet to My Soul. I'm gonna put that in the chat. Dana. Oh Lord, there you go. Dana Divine. There you go. Sold, not sold. There is the thing. So in the end of the day, it is like whoa, best news ever. Okay. Whoa. Happy Friday to me. No, but what I really think, and Goga, let me tell you something, and this is really true, and Master, and all the others, you will confirm that. Goga, let me tell you something about you and your channel, and this is really essential for me that you understand, especially with the AI topic that you turned up. If it comes to any kind of entertainment, in my personal opinion, hey Mary, there you go. Now, Goga, I hope you're listening well, and you can confirm or tell me if I'm wrong. If I look at your channel in particular, and I really want to pick this out for a moment, here's the thing. And guys, again, please follow the pin, go to the chat up there, follow Goga, because his 5 years anniversary is coming up soon. And then you will see exactly what I'm talking about right now. Goga's channel is, in my opinion, the best example of a human being working in the digital world, interacting with other human beings in the digital world, but not being a freaking digital person. Because Goga is actually a human being a human being, whilst interacting with all of us who is on his channel, and actually really open to and answering questions and giving people how do I say like the stage in whatever way. But that is only to be done by a human being, in my perspective, because you can only entertain people from human to human, if it is like DJing, if it is like talking. But Goga does it to a perfection. And if I see people in his chat acting to what he's talking about, either by himself, if he gives advices on Wednesdays on how to grow YouTube channels, or Sunday service that he does with panelists, how he actually manages to get, hey Joseph, blessings, welcome. How he manages to really connect people to each other, not only connect to the channels and stuff like that, I mean really connecting people to each other. I hear people discussing, and I see in other channels during the week, hey, do you remember what was talked at Goga's channel last week? When do you usually see that? You usually see that when you see the news on TV, if you ever watch the news these days, and something bad happens, whatever, like a terror attack or whatever, then everyone talks about it. But I saw a couple of people talking in other channels during the week, hey, remember this person said that on Goga's channel last week. And this is like, find that on YouTube. So my strong advice, have a look on Goga's channel. And Goga, maybe you can tell me, or maybe you can put it in the chat, what do you think? This cannot be by an AI session, right? This cannot be done by an AI session. This cannot be done. In my perspective, on this point of view, this cannot be, a human being in this case cannot be replaced by AI, because the personal touch will not be there anymore. And this is just my personal opinion. And therefore, yeah, this is just, and I thought I put Goga on as an example, as a living example for this in the most positive way. And therefore, yeah, that's it. So what I'm gonna do now, something totally forbidden on YouTube, I'm gonna smoke a cigarette with you guys before I'm gonna come to a slow end of the live session today. And by the way, you never see me smoking on my live sessions, but this time is a little different story, because usually you don't do that. And yeah, exactly. We are humans behind the channel names. That summarizes it perfectly as far as I'm concerned. And let me pin this message, because this is super important in my perspective. So read that through, and then you will understand exactly what I was talking about the last couple of minutes. And if you think about it, either you're a DJ or you're a speaker, and Goga is a brilliant speaker, by the way, you will understand very fast that it is a human being thing. Yeah, Goga, I definitely agree with that. It will definitely take years for AI to replace this because you will never have these feelings, in my opinion. So therefore, it is what it is. And I even get feedback from other spaces in the world right now, in the internet, from people in the bushes. So happy bush greetings. And in the end of the day, yeah. So hi B-Back, welcome to the channel. Thank you for watching, and thank you for hitting the like button if you want it. And if you don't, just kick back and relax and have a good time. And Bozele Joseph, where are you from, Joseph? Where are you from? Also from Kenya or from Nigeria, or where you're from? I haven't looked at your channel yet. So, and by the way, for those who are new to this channel, usually I don't talk much. You're from Nigeria? You're from Nigeria? You are from Nigeria? That is very good. I am the first Oibo Pepe you will ever meet who will speak pidgin English. There you go, my friend. There you go, my friend. I used to be in Wari when I was a small boy. And I can still eat fufu. And I still have no tongue for Oibo Pepe. So there you go. Joseph, don't run away. I used to live, just to explain to you, Joseph, so that you don't feel offended, I used to live in Nigeria when I was a small boy. So I'm a little bit able to speak a little bit English from back then. And actually, okay, there you go. Yeah, I do that. But it is not to be just making nice and making sure, Joseph, as you most likely seen me the first time, it is not being offensive towards anyone, but I grew up with that, right? Pidgin English was actually the first English that I learned before I went to school and learned English there properly, so to speak. So Pidgin English was my first English language. It was my first experiences in English to the Pidgin English from Nigeria when I was a small boy. Yeah, I used to live in Wari, Delta State. Back then it was Bendel State. And Shagari was president, so I'm officially old. So therefore, yeah, that's what you do these days. So I'm gonna hit in one more track. This will be the last one, and then I'll conclude the session on a way that I can then get a couple of things done for the day. It's 7:05. And it's time to get the day up and running. So finishing my cigarette, I have to light it again. And then, oh, is Miri saying goodbye again? Miri, see you back in 5 minutes. At the end of the day, she will come back anyway. She doesn't want to work today, I guess. She only wants to stay online, which is fair enough. Anyway, just a little advertisements at the end, a couple of things. So let me just put on another person here on, there you go, our laughing DJ. So let me put him up for a second. Please do you guys a favor, connect to each other if you haven't done so already. Wait, Joseph, let me give you the blue jacket so that you can also connect to the others. So you guys can connect to each other. Please connect to Master Control, and make sure that you listen to his sets as well, especially for those in the United States or on the American continent. You might be in a very similar time zone to him, so you have a better chance to do that on a daily basis than I do. On the other hand, also have a look on Goga's channel, obviously, because he's going to celebrate his 5-year anniversary, and having a good time there on this coming Sunday. This is going to be awesome. And this is going to be like a very long, interesting mixture of party sermons and thoughts and stuff like that. Extremely worth watching it, so I'll definitely be there, and have ordered my backstage pass already and having that done. So in the end of the day, oh hallelujah, oh my goodness, my news track this day is extremely good. So yeah, make sure you tune in at Goga's channel, and yeah, if I'm of course a little bit last but not least about myself, coming Saturday at 4 p.m. Central European time, which is I believe 10 a.m. Eastern Standard, or 11 a.m. Eastern Standard, not 100% sure. It's 6 p.m. Kenyan time at Saturday. I'll do my next live session with gospel house music. So Goga, in case you have missed my session 2 weeks ago with the robe, that will be your chance to see the priest, Father Ragus, again. and doing my blessings and having some fun with everyone. And those who haven't subscribed yet, feel free to do so. And I'm looking forward to do more. For those who are new to the channel and who just came here the first time today, this is not the regular stuff that I do. So I hardly ever talk online, though I was asked to do that more often. So I'm thinking about doing that maybe once in a month on a regular basis for like half an hour or 1 hour, and have a little sit in with you guys, have a little chat, but usually I focus on the music part. So in case, yes, as a priest, Goga, giving you all my blessings. I bought, you should look on my channel. You will find it there from like a week or two ago. You will see how it looks like. And yeah, Father Ragus will be back in the house. And so in the end of the day, the point is that I will be performing on Saturday live. Next week, Wednesday, there will be a pre-recorded set again, like usual, and still considering what I'm going to do. It will be, so I've decided to reduce the streaming time or the upload time for pre-recorded sessions. It will be maximum an hour in the future, not 2 hours anymore. So it will, so the pre-recorded sessions will be 1 hour maximum, maybe 5 minutes longer, but not more. And the live sessions will be keeping with like 2 hours, like I always do, so that people have a chance to tune in, have a fun and stuff. Though during the premieres of the pre-recorded sessions, there will also, of course, be the chat. So I'll be there online, like in real time, and that you can also have a good time to look. Okay, guys, thank you very much for coming. It is now time. 7:10 in the morning. I gotta get ready to get a couple of things done, and yeah, so we will see each other and talk to each other one day again on see each other's channel. For now, I'd like to thank you so much for your attention. Wishing you all a wonderful weekend ahead. It's Friday after all, and hope that you're doing great, and stay blessed, stay happy, and we'll speak again soon to everyone. Listen to the music and see each other's vibrations and get the energy done. Wishing you a great day, and again, thanks for watching, and have a great day, everyone. Peace out. Bye-bye.